say, man, I don't know her. She's too quiet.
It's never too late to become who you want to be. I hope you live a life that you're proud of. And if you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start over. F. Scott Fitzgerald. What up, though? It's your girl, She's Too Quiet, and welcome back to the She's Too Quiet podcast. We are officially at season 2. Cue the shout music. All right. I hope you guys had a great summer. I had a great summer. I took a lot of time to recharge. I went on vacation, went on my first cruise. I went to Miami, and then I went to San Antonio for a little bit to spend time with my family and friends. But now I'm officially back to the grind, back to work, back to doing all the things, and I'm happy to be back on the podcast. I know we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to catch up on, and I'm excited to hop into this season. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out season 1 of the podcast. I have a total of 24 episodes for you to check out and just get to know what we're about. Okay, I may have some returning listeners, and for that, I thank you. And for you new listeners coming on board, go ahead, join us. We are here for everybody. Although this is called She's Too Quiet, this podcast is open to men, women, is open to people who are introverts, extroverts, people who like to whisper, people who like to yell. This is a podcast for everybody. The main goal of this podcast is to make sure that you keep in mind that your voice matters. No matter if you're quiet like me or you're loud, your voice and what matters to you is important, and don't be afraid to share that with someone else. Me, myself, I have always been a quiet person. I've never really said too much unless I'm really comfortable with you. I know it's kind of strange, it's kind of mysterious, but if I'm not completely comfortable, I have a hard time with letting people in, letting people see me. I don't know if it's a, defense mechanism. I'm pretty sure it is, but that's how I am. But I'm learning as I get older, the more you grow, the more you know, I came to realize people are safe. There are some safe people, and people really want to get to know you, even though they may be a little leery on approaching you because you don't really talk that much. People are actually interested. So that's the premise of this podcast. I hope you stick along with me all season long. We will have special guests on the podcast. We will have different segments, such as the top 5 songs I'm listening to right now. We'll also talk about faith. I am a Christian, and it's important that we disciple one another in these last days. Discipleship can look a lot of different ways. You can disciple inside the church, outside of the church. There are various ways you can minister to people that is unique to you. So I just want to encourage everyone who listens to this podcast to keep the faith, learn about your faith. I am heavily in the process right now of making sure that I know what I represent. Sometimes we may not have a clear idea of whose we are, and we don't know the backstory of where we came from as far as being a Christian. So do your due diligence. Make sure that you can defend the faith. Make sure that you can spread the good news, because that is what we're ultimately here for. So I hope you join me this season on the podcast. Please tap in with me. I really want to increase engagement this season. I feel like the first season we got to know each other. You got to know me, my unserious side. I got a little bit emotional on some episodes. We got deep in some episodes. So I do want us to really build a strong connection and a strong community. And that comes with engagement. So don't be afraid to drop me a comment down. I will definitely see your comment and respond. This is going to be a little short episode. I just wanted to say hello and welcome back. We have a lot to get into this season. I'm excited. Make sure you turn your notifications on. If that's on YouTube, stay tapped in on socials with me. We are going to have a great season. Please share this podcast with your friends and your family. Tune in every Friday. Most likely this podcast will be released for you by Friday morning. So on your way to work, on your way to the gym, on your way getting to where you need to go ahead and pop on this podcast so we can get our weekend started right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Please join me next week. This is how I end all of my podcasts, and I want you to keep this in mind. Please do these two things, and that is to love God and love people. Until next time, deuces.